We are going to start a new series which is on JDBC and JPA. We will use the Spring Boot application to see the things, to see the magic behind the JDBC and JPA. We will go reversely, like we will see how JPA works, and then we will go jump to the JDBC. How the in JDBC how the connection is we can make, how we can prepare the statement under a single connection. We can make up build a multiple prepare statement and just run those statement. So we will learn all these things step by step in this video. We are going only to initialize the things like how to set up the Spring Boot application with the Postgres as a database, and JPA we will set up. So let's go to the this is the basic website like a Spring. If you hear, if you may heard about it, start.spring.io. This will create a basic application. I already filled few things to save time. So these are the things we can fill up, and you can add the dependency, whatever dependency you want. I added 4 dependencies only. Spring Web, Postgres, driver, Lambok. Lambok is the library which is like when I create the data model I will use it, and Spring Boot JPA. So these are the thing, these are the libraries which I have, means I have in my applications. So when I click on generate, it will generate. I have already generated it. You can go on this website and you can also generate the same zip file, and then you can unzip that and just open that in your browser. So let me jump to the code base and just see how we can set up the things very quickly. So we are on so this is our basic JDBC application that is created with the help of a Spring Initializr. Now we need a database. So as we discussed in the start, we will have the Postgres database. So I just start it like I will run it on the on my Docker. So it is Docker network first name create as Spring Boot network. As a response, so already okay. So I created it first actually. So that's why it is saying this. Let me just copy paste the command for the running. Means this is the Postgres container, the container name. Network is the Spring Boot application. It's Spring Boot network that we are trying to create. Username is just your username, whatever you want to put you. Postgres password is your password. DB name is code piper DB, and this is just the port 543254. Means we are listening on this port and exposing this port from the Docker, and we are using the latest image of the Docker. Unable to. So once it is completing, we can see other things also, like I have put some database properties and connection pool settings, Hikari, and JPA settings also. So you can see this, means this will help to just pre-initialization. We need to initialize the database, all these things. Though those all things are means done from the configs itself, and we don't need to initialize the database or anything like this. So it will be done automatically, means in the background. So these are the configuration that you can also refer. I will put the code base in the GitHub and paste the link in the description, and you can just go through all of them. You can just tweak it and just check, means how they are working. So what else we need? We will create a user class first of all, that is our entity, and there will be fields, private long ID, which is one field, private string name, which is second field, private string email, which is the third field. Okay. We need some annotations also, like we need some basic annotations. Let me pull it here. Entity, all constructor. We can generate the getter setter here from here itself. Generate getter setter. All these things are generated. We have the user class, and also one need another table, which we need table name, which is like users. Okay. The second thing that we needed is like, let's suppose JPA that we discussed. So we need JP repository. We just create the basic interface only. Let me create it first, then I will show you. JPU JPA repository interface. Okay, this is just an interface which we will implement. We will implement the JPA interface. Why it is not working? Okay, still extend. Sorry. JPA repository, and here we need to pass like what is the table means table entity, and whatever we have like the ID means the primary key long. So we haven't defined the ID here also. Like we need to define. Uh, Also we need to we can also define one thing like we if we don't want to pass it, we want to generate it automatically, then we can pass it strategy. We can use generation identity. So this is what we have done. Now this means we don't need to extend it. We need to implement all the methods that are present in the JPA repository. It automatically provides some of the basics methods like get all these methods are already, if you see get one, delete all, get by id, all these basic methods are already provided. Find all that we are going to use. So this is done. This is done. The third thing is the basic thing is controller. So we will say user controller. Okay. What are the things that we needed in the user controller? So this is just if it as it is a Spring application, we need the REST controller here. We need the request mapping. Request mapping, we will say, let's suppose start with the API slash users better. Then other things I don't think so which are needed. Let's initialize the repository also. User repository JPA. We will auto bind it, so we don't need to initialize it. It will automatically get it. So means when the Spring application comes up. Now we need the getter means get the get method and the set method to set the user class in the database, and the set method to set the means set the user class, and the get method to get all the methods to get all the users from the database. So let's say get mapping, which is just we can keep the it empty also, not needed. Public list user get all users. So we need to import it. Let's import it. Return. Now you will see JP repository. When I click, all these methods are available. You can get page label, whatever means there are n number of methods that are available. I will use a find all only. Okay. The second one is the post mapping. Okay. This is public user post save add user, we can call it better. Request, what do we need? Request body, we need user. We can save it means user JPA repository, and save we can call, and we can pass the method that we have taken, and it also returns the saved method whatever it saved in the database. So this is all which we needed. We have all these things, all these setups. What it is saying, use we don't want to use them all. Okay, so just start it. So if you see the server is started on 8080, let me use my let me get my postman. Let me get the users. Let's suppose post the user. I will say instead of John Doe, we say code piper, and ID also code piper. Okay, let's see. Okay, we need to remove this. Okay, so if you see identity is 14, name, email is all there. We can get this the same. There are multiple actually. If you see code piper, the last one, so it is working. So but the thing is you don't know what is happening inside JPA, how the connections are building, how the statements are preparing. In the next video we will simply see how we can create the connection, prepare the statement, all things we do from the basics. We don't use the JPA, and here this is the so that's all for this lecture. Let's meet in the next lecture. Thank you.